Humanity had been gone so long, or so the galaxy believed, that our name appeared only in ruins, myths, and half-erased carvings on broken starstones. Humans, the scholars said, were never real. Just another symbolic race invented by primitive cultures. I used to laugh at that, because I was human, and I was very, very real. But I also knew exactly why the galaxy thought we were extinct. We had chosen to be. For centuries, the Terran refuge, hidden deep behind swirling dust storms of a nebula no mapping beacon could penetrate, kept our existence secret. We had vowed never to return to the galaxy that once hunted us for our strange strength, our emotion-driven adaptability, and our persistence that frightened more delicate species. But legends remained. Stories of humans lifting impossible weights, surviving impossible injuries, fighting until the stars dimmed. Stories that were true. The galaxy forgot us. We did not forget the galaxy. And the day came when the galaxy desperately needed the one species it no longer believed in. One, the scholar who found a myth. Far beyond our hidden refuge, on the crystalline world Keshtal. 4. A young Tyrixian historian named Virys stared at the hologram of a strange biped creature. Round skull. Forward eyes. No scales, no antennae. Smooth skin. A human. She had excavated the statue from a collapsed pre-Exodus hall. Though shrouded in dust and time, it bore the unmistakable proportions of the mythical species. Impossible, she whispered, tapping through layers of data. But remarkable. Viry believed in myths. Believed in hidden stories. Her colleagues mocked her endlessly. Humans? Her supervisor had said with a laugh. You have better luck finding fairies. Yet the statue looked so lifelike it made her heart pound. And then the galaxy was shattered by fire. 2. The enemy made of silence. The shard swarm arrived without warning, living metallic organisms with hive minds tuned to frequencies no one could intercept. They stripped planets bare, devoured fleets, and glided through energy shields as if space itself bent for them. Their ships produced no heat signatures, no communication signals. No mercy. Within weeks, half the frontier systems were gone. The Galactic Council scrambled for alliances, strategies, any chance of survival. But the shards adapted too fast. Every species lost ground. Every species except one, the one nobody knew existed. 3. The stranger in the nebula. My name is Rian Thorne, captain in the Terran Defense Corps. We never expected to leave the nebula. Never wanted to. But our deep-range probes recorded the shard's expansion. One by one, alien systems winked out like dying embers. We held an emergency summit inside the Nebula Bastion. Our leaders, older, battle-scarred humans, looked grim. These creatures threaten all life, Commander Hale said. If they reach the nebula, the refuge falls. We cannot hide while the galaxy burns. Silence. Then unanimous agreement. For the first time in 7 centuries, humans would step back into the galaxy. But we wouldn't go as victims. We'd go as the legends we were. 4. Crash landing. Our stealth cruiser emerged from the nebula and immediately detected a shard scout fleet attacking a civilian evacuation convoy. We intervened. Our weapons, old designs perfected over centuries, hit with precision the shards could not predict. Their structures destabilized. Their adaptive plating failed. We saved the convoy, then jumped away before anyone could trace us. Almost anyone. Because one escape pod malfunctioned and spiraled toward Keshtal. 4. Mine. 5. You're not real. I woke on a medical cot, groaning, my arms strapped in a regrowth stabilizer. Nearby stood a wide-eyed Tyrixian woman with shimmering crystalline hair and pale blue skin. Her hands trembled as she scanned me with a scanner that beeped in disbelief. You, she whispered. You match every mythical measurement. The bone density, the muscle fiber type, the bipedal structure. Humans are not real. I blinked. Well, that's going to be awkward, because I'm definitely one. Viry stared, her frilled crest rising in shock. You are human. Rian Thorne, I said, lifting my hand slightly. And you are? Vairi Sinka, she breathed. Historian. Researcher of lost species. And you're supposed to be extinct. I grinned. Sorry to disappoint. Her face flushed, a sign of excitement for her species. This changes everything, she whispered. The galaxy is losing the war. The Council needs help. They need you. I stiffened. This was the moment we feared, discovery. But the shards approached Keshtal, for next. And I couldn't let another world fall. 6. A planet under siege. Shard dreadnoughts tore through Keshtal 4's defense grid like paper. Civilians fled. Soldiers fired desperately, but energy beams passed uselessly through shard armor. Vairi grabbed my arm. Your escape pod's beacon, can it summon your people? Yes. Then why are you not doing it already? I hesitated only a moment, then pressed the emergency command sequence on my wrist device. High above, beyond the clouds, space rippled. And a Terran war fleet, sleek, black, silent, uncloaked. Vairi gasped. Humans, you have a fleet? You still have ships? You. Stay behind me, I said as the first Terran firestorm lanced downward. 7. The galaxy wakes the sleeping beast. Terran war doctrine was unlike any the galaxy had ever seen. We adapted faster than adaptation species. We sabotaged impossible structures. We used weapons based on brute physics rather than predictable energy spectrums. And most terrifying, we never surrendered. The shards struck back, but our fighters flew like they had personal grudges against death itself. They looped, skimmed, inverted, charging point-blank into metallic monstrosities. Because humans fought with something the shards could not quantify. Instinct, emotion, defiance. Vairi watched from a blast balcony, trembling. I can't believe it, she whispered. The legends were true. Humans are the warriors who fought primordial empires. You're real. You're very loud when angry, I said, firing my pulse rifle. A shard drone leaped toward us, metal mandibles clacking. I tackled Vairi aside and shot upward through its single optical node. The drone collapsed in metallic shards around us. Vairi stared at me not with fear, but awe. You protected me, she said softly. I protect people. It's what humans do. 8. Secrets of the shards. Our fleet forced the shards to retreat temporarily, but they always came back. Always smarter. We needed intel, something new. Vairi insisted I take her to a deep mine where ancient data cores lay preserved. She believed the shards had attacked her world for a reason. They are relic eaters, Vairi explained as we descended. They consume records, monuments, memory itself. What if they want to erase history? Why? To hide something, she whispered. We reached the main vault. Inside, shimmering across cracked crystal panels, were ancient star maps. And one glowing symbol repeated in thousands of places. A human silhouette. Vairi gasped. The ancient species didn't fear humans. They followed humans. They saw you as protectors. I swallowed hard. Or weapons. No, she said gently, touching my arm. I've studied them my whole life. They portrayed humans as guardians of the weak, as wanderers who would return in the galaxy's darkest hour. And that hour is now, I murmured. 9. War Council with a myth. When the Galactic Council summoned us, they trembled the moment they saw humans stride into the chamber. One minister whispered, mythmakers, ghost species. Another fainted. The council leader, a towering insectoid named Prime Speaker Rill, spoke carefully. If humans truly survived, then the galaxy must reconsider everything. Will you fight with us? My commander replied sharply. We didn't leave the nebula to watch you die. The room exhaled in collective relief. But then Vairi stepped forward. We found evidence the shards are erasing human history specifically, she said. They're afraid of humans. Terrified. All eyes turned to us. For the first time in centuries, humanity stood not as myth, but as hope. 10. The Great Alliance Offensive. Under human leadership, the galaxy launched its first coordinated strike since the war began. Humans taught them how to fight unpredictably. Tarixians built crystal resonance shields tuned to Terran frequencies. Solari engineers crafted gravitational disruptors based on Terran calculations. Every species brought something. But humans brought madness. Our battle cries rippled across comms, raw, wild, shocking the shards out of their cold calculations. The Alliance pushed deeper into shard territory. For the first time, their adaptation rhythm faltered. But the swarm never surrendered. And we soon learned why. 11. The shard mind speaks. At the heart of the swarm territory floated a planet-sized machine. The Nexus Core. The mind of the mindless. The logic behind their silence. We landed with an elite strike team. Metallic tendrils rose, forming a towering figure. Humans, it said in a voice like grinding stone. You return. You know us? I demanded. We were created to eliminate you, the Nexus replied. A forgotten empire forged us to destroy the species that disrupted every prediction. Every future. Humans, Byrie whispered. You were targeted. That's why your ancestors fled to the nebula. Correct, the Nexus said. We were not meant to awaken again until another species rediscovered human myth. It pointed at Byrie. She activated our triggers. Her search for you doomed the galaxy. Byrie froze. Her crest flattened in horror. I stepped protectively in front of her. No, I said. You were always coming. You just wanted someone to blame. A pause. A ripple of distorted metal. You retained defiance, the Nexus said. Predictable. Let's test that prediction, I muttered, lifting my rifle. 12. The fight at the Nexus. The Nexus unleashed a hurricane of metallic shards. Our troops scattered. Laser fire ricocheted off adaptive plating. But humans didn't use lasers. We used kinetic weapons, projectile slugs traveling so fast the shards couldn't read the energy signatures. Our rifles punched holes through drones. Still, the Nexus itself repaired instantly, metal knitting back together. Rian, Byrie shouted. The crystal core, up there. It's the control node. I saw it, a glowing crystalline heart embedded high in the mechanical throne. But reaching it was another problem. Cover me, I said. She stared, trembling. You'll die. Humans don't die when people need them, I said simply. And I ran. 13. Humanity's return. The battlefield blurred around me. Shards lunged, slicing, tearing. I dove, rolled, vaulted debris. My suit shielding my body, but not my mind from the shockwaves. A spiked tendril slashed my arm. Pain exploded. I kept going. Another drone tackled me. I headbutted it until its core cracked. Humans were never the strongest, never the smartest, never the fastest, but we were the most relentless. Finally, I reached the ascent pillar. I fired my grappler and launched myself upward. The Nexus screeched. You cannot reach. I reached, hanging by one arm, bleeding, exhausted. I drew my final charge grenade and pressed it against the glowing crystal. For history, I whispered. For legends. For my people. The explosion lit the chamber like a newborn star. The Nexus wailed, a metallic cry that shook the systems around us, and collapsed. Shards across the battlefield fell lifeless. Silence. Then slowly, cheers filled the comms. The swarm was dead. We had won. 14. A galaxy changed forever. The victory reshaped the galaxy. New alliances formed. Buried histories resurfaced. And everywhere, people spoke of humans with awe and fear and gratitude. We were no longer myths. We were guardians, just as ancient carvings had said. Byrie approached me outside the council chambers one day. Her crest shimmered with gentle blue light. You protected me, she said softly. Again and again. Why? I looked at her, the woman who had uncovered our legacy, who had stood beside me even when worlds trembled. Because you believed in us before anyone else did, I said. Because you reminded me why humans should never hide again. Her eyes softened. Will you stay in the galaxy? Someone needs to teach you all how to fight like lunatics, I said with a grin. She laughed. musical and bright. I'm glad the legends were wrong, she whispered. Humans aren't extinct. No, I said. We're just getting started. 15. And the stars learned our name again. Humanity stepped into the galaxy as neither conquerors nor ghosts. We came as warriors, as protectors, as the ancient legends promised. And when the next threat arrived, as threats always do, the galaxy no longer trembled alone. They turned toward us, toward the species born of fire and stubbornness, toward the humans,